I welcome you back today. I continue demystifying the books that I have written on topical issues, especially things to do with life. I've told you I have authored 5 books, and they talk of different things. Nobody told me, because I believe when I was growing up, there are so many things that I was not told, and how I wish today people would have somebody to hold their hands and show them the direction. And more so, today we have what we call social media. It's a very good tool, I believe, because it makes the world a small village. There are so many things you can learn from across the globe. But my question this morning or this afternoon is whether social media is making us more lonely. Are we more lonely than before? Remember, it is a known fact that social media connects us to the world. Yet, paradoxically said, many people feel more isolated than ever before. And I doubt, and I don't know why. I'm not here to give you solutions, but I'm just discussing, according to my opinion, a topic that I have covered in one of my books. The platforms in the social media are meant to bring us closer, but they seem to be pulling us apart in very unseen ways. So the question arises here, is social media making us lonelier? Or is it how we use it that determines our level of connection? There are several things that here I would like to mention. For example, the illusion of connection. I believe social media creates an illusion of connection, because you may be having 1,000 or thousands of followers, but you still feel unseen or unheard. Throughout the day, 24/7, you keep scrolling through posts, liking pictures, but that does not replace conversation, normal conversation like the one I'm having with you now. Even now that I talk to you, is not that you are here to be able to chat. Give me your version, I give you my version. So I'm still using the same thing I'm discussing here, social media. Virtual relationships can feel superficial and transactional. That one, nobody will say no. But is it possible to compare face-to-face interactions? I doubt. Now remember, just because we are connected online, it doesn't mean that we are emotionally connected. True or false? We are not. The other thing I would like to mention is the comparison culture and loneliness. By this thing, I mean social media normally highlights people's best moments, and this creates an unrealistic comparison with you. People will capture their best moments, but rarely will they capture their worst times or their ugly times. When you look at those curated posts of perfect lives, what is it likely to do to you? You are likely to feel inadequate, or you feel left out. Others have made it, and you are still there, you have not made it. Remember, there is something called FOMO, fear of missing out. Yes, it makes you more feel lonely, like the world has moved and you have been left behind. Others seem to be enjoying life while you are still there stagnant. Okay? However, remember that comparing your real life to someone's highlight, it can make you feel alone. True or false? The other thing I would like to mention is about reduced face-to-face interaction. This is true, because you are not talking to that person face-to-face. This happens because many people prefer texting over meeting in person. They spend too much time online, and that reduces social skills. Social skills. What do I mean by that? You don't make the real world, the real conversation with somebody face to face. It is harder while you are dealing with social media. And of course, there is something else. There is the addiction of social media. It is just like any other addiction, which is very hard to replace. It cannot replace meaningful relationships, and thus it leads you to feeling isolated. Okay. Now, in this case here, I would like to remind you that human connection is built through a presence, eye contact, deep conversations, not just likes and comments that you do through social media. And of course, the further item I'm mentioning here is the superficial engagement versus deep bond. Most social media interactions are quick, surface level engagements. You want to reply to something, you do an emoji. Just reply thank you or thanks, see you, one word. Deep conversations that build strong relationships rarely happen online. Deep conversation. Remember, if we are seated here and I am here and we are discussing, I tell you, you tell me, it is even very easy and very fast to reach conclusions. I know you'll tell me that social media, you connect to the other world. True, that one I have not refused. But I'm just saying, does it solve or does it give you all the solutions? And remember, the discussion here is, are we left feeling lonely after? Are we really connected to the other people up there? And of course, there is that thing we call dopamine. Is it dopamine? Yeah, dopamine trap in that social addiction. Social media gives you a temporary dopamine boost. Inakudunga. Yeah, the likes and comments make you feel good, and especially when they are positive. However, once the engagement stops, loneliness and anxiety creep in. Okay, the dopamine effect is no longer there, and you feel the anxiety returns. And there is also this cycle of seeking validation online. Ni wangapi wamependa my post? Ni wangapi who has responded positively? Things like that. That one is the dopamine effect. It gives you a post when it is very positive. Here we are told that chasing online validation can destroy. There is a lot of, I told you the Safari Rally is working, but it's okay, they are doing their stuff. Seeking or chasing online validation can distract you from building real and lasting connections. I've had people have dated online and eventually married. That's on another level still. Because the discussion here is not that it is not doable, it's not possible, it is not the right thing. No. The discussion here is whether it leaves you feeling lonely after just that. And maybe the last thing I would like to mention here is, how then can we use social media without feeling lonely? I would recommend several things, and I think the first thing is, I would say, is instead of letting social media increase loneliness, use it to enhance real life connections. Some people have used social media for business, yes, or even for meetings, real meetings. Yeah, and it has succeeded. I would say limit mindless scrolling. Some people, I have said it in another episode, will start scrolling. Immediately they open up their eyes in the morning. Instead of scrolling all day, replace it with calling people or meeting friends if you have to. And of course, engage in meaningful comments and instead of just liking posts. Look at the Americans, the way they are doing when this thing came from. Is it called the Dragon? When it was coming from international space. I looked at their comments and they were like just a word, just to, some are not even related to the event that was taking place. And I couldn't fathom what are these people talking about. It's okay, but now we are talking of how then can we use social media to create value for yourself. One, I have already said like two, and the other thing I want to say here is you unfollow accounts that make you feel inadequate. If you are joined in a WhatsApp group and for a special project and the project is done, exit, potea, left. Don't feel guilty because of lefting. Furthermore, the project is over. We are done with it. Why not just move? Whom are you waiting for to tell you it is now time to left? I feel for Kenyans. Remember, social media should be a tool for connection, not a substitute for real relationship. This is a connection for so that you achieve a project or something that you are set out to do. For example, you have a Harambee. When you are done with the Harambee, that's it. Ingia kwa ingine. I know of a group that WhatsApp is for funerals, their own funerals. When do you know when to die? And whether the people in that group will changa for you or not. Some things are very, very, I find some things funny. Now, I want to end here by saying that I think the problem with social media is not the platform, but how we use it. Social media isn't inherently bad. It depends on how we engage with it. If we use it wisely, it can enhance relationships and combat loneliness. But if used mindlessly, it can lead to isolation. It can lead to yourself comparing yourself with others, which will lead to emotional emptiness. Okay? I think I'll end there. And I'll ask you, do you ever feel lonelier or more disconnected or connected because of social media? Discuss it with yourself, call yourself a meeting, and when you come up with a good answer, a real answer, don't lie to yourself. When you come to with a good answer, well and good. See you. Thanks.